Hi, I'm Ariadna. I'm from the Yoga Education in Prisons Trust. I've been teaching Satyananda Yoga for the last 10 years. I trained in India and Australia. And I've been teaching in the community for 10 years, including schools, corporate situations, private classes, workshops, retreats, and in prisons. So my first inspiration was when I met a couple of the senior teachers of mine, or swamis in India, and they talked about their experiences in the UK of teaching in maximum security jails over there, and I just thought, wow, yep, something inside me just went. I can't even explain what happened. It was just a little kind of spark of inspiration, and it just stayed there, and there's always been a passion for taking yoga into prisons, and it finally manifested in 2006 when I moved to Waikato area. So I checked out where the local prison was and rang them up and said, hey, do you want some yoga? Went in as a volunteer initially, and I was going in twice a week into one of the units there. And I think I had probably between 12 and 15 men twice a week for an hour and a half, and it was an ideal situation really. These guys were incredibly receptive, they were keen as mustard, and it was a really positive experience. I learned a heck of a lot about what to do and what not to do. So basically the response is, as a teacher, it's incredibly rewarding. These guys, they seem to recognise yoga as something that they can take and do all the time while they're in there. You know, they can take whatever aspect of yoga they like. So whether they have their own faith or religion is regardless, because as we know, yoga is not religious, it's a science. There's philosophy. And Satyananda Yoga has so many different practices, not just the asana, but there's beautiful meditation practices that can be given to them, that not necessarily the classical ones where you sit and close your eyes, but more attitudinal practices that can be taken into their daily lives. So quite a few of the guys have started doing daily practice, and they've expressed to me how it's really helped them just to get through their day more positively. Helps their relationships, their interactions with the other inmates and the guards, especially, in a positive way. It also boosts their energy level, so just sort of breaking down and shifting a lot of the blocks that they've probably held in their bodies for a long time since they were children. Trauma and drug use is a big thing. These guys are very open-minded. Often, they've experienced a lot in their lives, they've seen a lot, so I don't really hold back on the spiritual aspect. If they want to take some of that with them, then that's great. And a lot of them are Māori Polynesian, so they have that innate deep spirituality in themselves anyway, and often that wakes up. When I go in there, I'm going in a non-judgmental way with just absolute pure love in my heart. So I don't want to know their crime, I don't want to know what they've done. I'm just going in to share these wonderful tools of yoga that they've helped me in my life, and so I believe that they can really help these guys in this situation. And to this day I've seen a lot of positive benefit. So in 2009 a group of us formed the Yoga Education in Prisons Trust to support the teachers and to get some funding from the community to continue this wonderful work. I believe that yoga is a great tool for rehabilitation, especially in conjunction with the other modalities and the therapies that the guys are getting in there. So we have been working on a little manual booklet for the last couple of years, so there's a sneak preview here for you with the beautiful cover design. And the booklet's it's quite simple. It's got some hand-drawn illustrations with how to do the postures, some breathing practices and relaxation techniques, also some of the little tips on attitude from yoga, and some beautiful stories from the yoga tradition. It's also got testimonials and letters from other prisoners. So it's basically something that we want to give free to any prisoner that requests it in New Zealand, and also as a support for the teachers. So your contribution will be going towards this wonderful thing that's going to actually help create more peace in our community. Thank you. Hare om.